And spawning over here in the top left position, representing Team Evil Geniuses, we have a red Zerg player, ladies and gentlemen, hailing all the way from the United States. We have Suppy. And his opponent, arriving in Sweden from Korea, part of multi-championship winning team lgim. He's currently up 1 game over his Zerg opponent. Can he close it out, or will he allow him to come back? We have Squirtle.
Suppy has gone for the nice little extractor trick there to go 11 out of 10. Like a boss.
Indeed.
And then he's just going to carry on as normal.
And then he's, reminds me of the Mass Spine Crawler 220 supply Infestor Broodlords. Don't see that very much anymore, unfortunately.
I wish we did.
I wish we did. Do you? Do you really wish we did?
I do. I secretly do.
Chat might kill you if you genuinely wish we did.
I don't know.
I want Infestor Broodlord. Broodlord versus Broodlord is very funny.
To be fair, I mained Zerg for a long time before I started playing random, so I got quite attached to Broodlord Infestor.
Oh dear. Well, we've got the spawning pool coming down first from Suppy here. We can see the probe just going to be chilling over here, making sure, keeping Suppy honest. And it looks like this drone is going to be following the probe all the way to the natural expansion location, at which point they will start a very, very strange little dogfight.
It's more of a dance, really, I'd say.
It is a little bit. Very weird courting ritual here, and it looks like the pylon block is in fact going to go down. The spawning pool will complete momentarily, and we should be seeing some Zerglings, probably 4 as opposed to 2, because 2 Zerglings don't do enough DPS to make a pylon lose hit points over time, whereas 4 Zerglings do. And it looks like that's going to get cancelled at the last second, and once again the probe's going to come in and block. So he's blocking for the maximum amount of time here, even cancelling the pylon. Is he going to put another one down and cancel it again? Frankly, I was going to say he might as well, but Squirtle finally relenting and allowing that hatchery to go down, thanks to a little bit of a rally point misclick.
So, as things stand at the moment, we've got Squirtle, who hasn't taken his natural, he's just finished his cybernetics core. Going to be going down to expand probably in the near future. Meanwhile, Suppy, natural, on its way. He's getting his extractor up, probably going to keep the gas trickling in as he did game 1. These two both going for very similar build orders. Suppy, though, has got to keep the 3rd alive. That's really one of the most important things early game is if you keep that 3rd base up, you're going to be in a good spot. But what... Okay, probe...
We know what's going on here. And I like how the Zerglings are scouting the top location at the same time. Guys, a pylon and a Stargate are... This would be a really good location for it, and Suppy knows this. And look, he's scouting all around the edge of the map in these locations as well, but Squirtle is going to be putting down a pylon here very soon. And I think the chances of a proxy Stargate are reasonable here. We see a gateway and another gateway trying to help the wall off. A Stalker going to attempt to prevent any sort of scouting here.
Well, if the scout comes off, he'll know that it's not the 4 gate pressure that we saw in game 1. And that's going to be really important for Suppy. And Suppy sees 1 gate, he needs to go and look at the second one, Suppy. Thank you, Suppy. Okay, Suppy now knows there's only 2 gates there. Suppy now knows that it's probably not going to be that delayed 4 gate pressure. Suppy's got to be careful of what else it could be, though. That probe is still sitting there. The probe is still sitting there. Probe. Okay, probe moving. Probe is moving. Where are you going, probe?
Oh, right, so we're not going to be seeing a Stargate on the left of the map. It looked like it could have been for a second. That's definitely a kind of space where you would expect a possible proxy to come out, but Squirtle instead, maybe he was thinking about a Stargate, and now he's definitely just going to be going for the proxy pylon and the early pressure. But like you said, it's not a 4 gate pressure. He's only got 3 gateways, so it's not going to come down as hard as in game number 1. And this could end up being really, really smart for Squirtle, because look at this, Suppy immediately going for the Roach Warren. He could be thinking, well, my opponent beat me starting off with this in game 1. So maybe he's going to do it again. I should be better prepared this time and have more units. But in fact, Squirtle's investing less and he's macroing up more behind it. And Suppy's using more larvae to create units to defend. So this could end up being really, really good for Squirtle, depending on how Suppy reacts.
Well, if Suppy can hold off this pressure, he does have his 3rd coming down now. And the thing is, as you said, Squirtle's forced Suppy to do is make units and react. And that's delayed his 3rd, and there's less pressure coming. 14 Zerglings even coming down now. Unless a lot of units come out, and by some miracle a mass... Is the Mothership Core out? It is,
yes, it is.
Yeah, unless a mass recall doesn't go down, and everything here dies, this is going to be good for Squirtle.
Oh wow, and it looks like Suppy is going to go for it here. These Zerglings might end up all dying off. The problem is they're engaging directly into Zealots, which is not usually a thing you want to do when you are a little Zergling on Belshear Vestige, especially not in open areas out on the map. So I'm a little bit surprised he went for that. Maybe he thought he could force a mass recall there, but Squirtle was completely unperturbed. If we take a quick look at his vision, we can see that he sees the gas timings over here at the natural expansion as well. Always useful to see with that Overlord. And in the meantime, it looks like, aside from chrono boosting upgrades, and he does have +1 armor queued up, by the way, Squirtle right now, he's just going to be focusing on teching up because he's just taken his gases. Looking forward to seeing what that will be.
Well, for the moment, we do just see the Lair is coming down for Suppy. Suppy's just trying to stop this push moving in, and that's actually a smart move. He keeps moving out with the Zerglings, just putting on a little bit of like, yeah, look, I've got units here, don't come off the ramp. And that's because he wants to keep Squirtle in the open space where force fields won't be as effective, but knocking out the proxy pylon. This is going to be so good as long as he can get over to his third in order to defend it in time. No reinforcements means this push is incredibly weak.
And Suppy with a queen out in very much no man's land at the moment, and Squirtle, in fact, he's just going to be going straight for the third as a direct result. A lot of Zealots here, but Suppy does have a couple of roaches to reinforce, and Squirtle thinking better of it right now. So Suppy is successfully able to both take out the pylon and get back to his third base in time to defend it.
Now, Robotics Facility is nearly complete up here for Squirtle. He's getting down a Twilight Council, but ooh, Spire from Suppy.
All right.
Okay, I like this Spire because there's no Stargate checker for a start. So if this catches Squirtle off guard, you can always struggle. Also, because the Robotics Facility is only just finishing, the Observer isn't over, and that means that he's not going to have vision of that Spire for quite a long time. This push getting moved back. What's the work account looking like, JoRoSaR?
The work account is currently looking 52 to 54 in Suppy's favour. He was behind in workers a little bit when that push kind of knocked on his front door because Suppy was making so many lings. But it looks like, yeah, the work account at the moment is in fact going to be favouring him, but not by as much as he really would like to be as a Zerg player on 3 base.
Now that scout that went in, it did see the Twilight Council, but did not see it starting blink, which would have been a really nice little scout out. I believe the robotic facility's also been seen, so pretty much everything is now aware, and what Suppy is going to be up against. The Spire, though, is just finishing up now. The Observer hasn't scouted it as of yet, and this is great news for Suppy, because he can get the element of surprise with these Mutalisks.
That's true.
He can do a lot of damage.
Well, we'll see. We do have the hallucinated Phoenix on a course to see that. Just seeing that Spire. And, well, Squirtle's going to know that Mutalisk play is definitely on the cards now.
So is he going to start up with some Stargates to get the Phoenix up? Because look at Suppy. Suppy is just going mass Spine Crawler. He is turtling like a boss in order to get down those Mutalisks. All Squirtle needs to do is get a way to deal with that. Blinkstalkers are okay, but not great. You need Phoenix, really, if there's a big commitment to use.
And he's, well, currently he's not actually building any units out of a Stargate, of course. He's just going to be going for Immortals for now. I wonder if he thinks he might be able to hit some sort of timing, and there is double Stargate coming up in the back of the main base. So we are going to see a, I'd say slightly delayed, because the Spire was scattered only after it was complete, Phoenix response here from Squirtle. Let's see if Suppy can make this timing with the initial batch of Mutalisks really count here.
Well, we're going to see whether Squirtle is going to get any luck at pushing into the third base. At the same time, Suppy is moving straight down towards a potential third of Squirtle. But look at this third base, it really hasn't done anything. Now, with these units coming in, Suppy, he's got to be careful when he comes in, but he's just going to go try and push into the natural, but a massive wall off there. Not going to be able to succeed in the slightest. The Mutalisks are just popping. One of them gets sniped down. That's a good little win. The third hatchery dies.
Dear. There's mass recall. There's a problem because this is mass recall. I think Squirtle could mass recall to his expansion right now. He's walking across the map. He wants to leave this mothership core here with a couple of Zealots to keep the pressure up, and he's well, that was very indecisive. He's actually started walking back across the map, and to be fair, he saw Suppy move back, and maybe that's what triggered him to keep his units together so that if he needs to mass recall, he can do it all at once. And now the Mutas are coming to kill off the mothership core because he knows that if that mass recall is depleted, he might be able to catch the rest of this army out in the center. Is that going to be the correct decision, though? Because Suppy needs a ground army large enough to pick this off if mass recall isn't available. And I really don't think these roaches are it right now.
There just isn't enough there, I'd agree with you. But
that wasn't worth it for the mothership core.
It's a bit of a pain, but that's really the only thing. Suppy lost his third base, though.
Yeah, that's huge.
And didn't do any damage.
Exactly. I mean, if he picked off the mothership core, and because he picked off the mothership core, there was no way, for example, for the Protoss to get back to his main base. There was no, there's no mass recall there. Then that's great. If he picked off the mothership core and then went to attack and there was no photon overcharge, that's great. But what he did there was picked off the mothership core. Ooh, and that hatchery not being cancelled as well, and lost a couple of mutas to the stalkers while he was focusing that down, and didn't really follow it up with anything else. So for that reason, I don't like that move in from Suppy there.
It was a good play by the Squirtle. He defended really nicely. So I don't think we can fold it all there, but the Mutalisks are now coming in, and they're going to try and do some damage. But look at this photon cannon down. So many Phoenix, and the Stalkers will even get themselves in a position where they can cut it off. There's the GG straight away. That was lovely.